Well, everybody, Girl from Broke, J-Body coming back. I'm going to do a little testing on that Panvillo 100 watt Mate 1000. Then I got the SP 130 150 watt from Mars. I'm going to be testing. And then I got a metal highlight there. Sorry I put HPS. It's just better searching algorithm. Got a little cat there to help me. And then, yeah, I got that light. And there's my grid. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and like if you like. Go ahead and subscribe if you like. Well, everybody, I'm gonna start with this. I'm gonna start with the smallest watt first, and that would be the 100 watt Panvillo. And I'm just gonna do a temperature check because she's been warming up, and I have no ventilation in here. But it don't matter. We're testing lights against each other, so everything should pretty much go together there. But yeah, that's the temperature. Ballast's a little hotter than, but yeah. Now I got my Mars SB 150 130. This one costs, some money. Let's do the test on this. So I mean, yeah, pretty much same as the Panvillo. Temperatures are pretty much the same. Get around that ballast, you get a little warmer. But hey, this thing ain't cost as much as the Panvillo. Or sorry, the Panvillo don't cost as much as this one. But I'll get into all that later. Alright everybody, I got the metal highlight here and I got it dimmed down to the 200. So let's do the test here. See how hot this thing's going. I ain't got no ventilation in here, so I know this thing's cooking. Look at that. Yeah, you gotta ventilate these guys. Make sure you ventilate them, because them get hot. But if you get this ventilated, then you can get back down to cooler temperatures. Well, for the 100 watt Panvillo, let's check out our meter. That's saying 104 watts. That's pretty good. At least you're getting the 100 watt. Let's check out our amps. Of course, volts, we know our volts. That's 1.9 milliamps. So yeah, that thing's better running any amps, which is good. Alright everybody, I got the Mars SP 150. Let's go down to that meter on this one. And the meter says 1.9 amps. 1.9 amps. Let's go to watts. Watts, 129 watts. That's just only 26 more, 25 more than the Panvillo, but the Mars costs a lot more than the Panvillo. And then the amps 1.9. That's as much as a 200 watt. But this is, yeah, well, I'll get into all that later. Okay, everybody, this is a metal highlight. It says it's dimmed down to 200 here. See that? I got that dimmed down to 200 watts, but it's saying 623. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this one. Who knows? Maybe it's lying to me. That's what I think. We'll go over here and check out them amps anyway. Look at that, 5.4. So this thing's definitely using energy. We're definitely using energy. So let's get into some other tests. Alright everybody, it's time for the par test and all that, lux and all that. I'm setting it at 18 inches, as you can see there, good old 18 inches. So let's go get down and get into this. Alright, let's see what we got for center. What we got for a center reading? 602. Let's work our way out from the center. It's still pretty much staying in the sixes for us. So, you know, this is well good enough to flower. But, you know, these readings are a little lower, I think, than what they should be, because they're off by about 25%. And then we're going to our outside here, outside the square. You want that to be painted flat white so you catch this scatter here. And you kind of got to work these meters slow, take them a while to catch up. Now I'm working my way on the outers here. And you know, if that was flat white, you'd probably get it up to above the 400s. There we go. Going on the outers. And back here we get a little weaker. We get a little weaker back here. There you go. That's where you want to get a back scatter wall on this back side here. But yeah, that's our par test, and you know, we're pretty good in the middle here. 607. Alright, everybody. I set this light to about 18 inches there. Did we see that? Okay, that's set about 18 inches. Let's get down into this par test here. And then I'm just going to work my way into the centers. Sorry for the wires. But yeah, that's your center of the squares. Nice and at the fives, you go out to the outers. You're still in your fives. And then you drop to the fours, you're going into the further points over here. And these cell phones ain't accurate. They're not accurate, pretty much, you know. But for these tests, just to get what you need to get. And I ain't got no wall here, and if I had a wall, you'd get more back. And if you're really trying to do a par test, you don't want to be inside a box, you want this to be outside a box. But yeah, if this wall was here, you would have the readings of number 4 square here. If you had another wall, and of course this wall would be painted flat white. Sorry guys, I didn't measure for you, but yeah, we're about 18 inches there, if you can see. Okay, let's get in this par test, because that phone app has a par test for that metal highlight there. We're set at 200 here, so let's go in our par test. And we are 715 in the middle. Let's go deviate to the out. We're still 700. We're deviating out. We're still 7. We're still 7s. Well enough above flower there. Still in our 6s. Let's see how they deviate here. And this is spec by 2x2. You put some white up there, you'll get back into that 500s. So you know this definitely is cooking. A 2x4. But you know that's a special ball in there. And that ball definitely needs to be cooled. So yeah, we're going on our outer here's. So yeah, these things are still, this thing's still cooking some pars up here. Back wall, you don't even need a scatter back wall right here for this 200 watt test. Sorry for the camera here, guys. Yeah, you can see that. That's still cooking good. 400 at the weakest side, man. Yeah. Boom. That And that's the power test for this guy. Okay, the Panvillo 100 watt Lux. Dead center is, I don't know if you guys can see that, there we go, 33,000, pretty much the same, or pretty much, sorry, 33,000 is pretty much the same when it talks about lux to lumens, because it's 1 lux equals 0.9 lumens, which is pretty much almost a 1-to-1. So we're just going to go out a little bit, sorry for the camera. And then we drop a little bit and we get out from our edges. And then, you know, we drop a little bit. So we get time to touch up. And we're still almost about 20,000. There's 24. Right, so one of our points right there. 23. We're gonna way back into the centers here. 26,000. Go to our outer wall here. And 17,000 at this end wall. So yeah. And there's your center point. That's the Lux on the 100 watt Panvillo. I'm gonna do a little Lux test on this. And we were sitting at about 32,000 Lux. It's probably about, I don't know, roughly 29,000 lumens. I don't know, I'm just guessing. Pretty much 1 lux equals 0.9 lumens, so, you know. Just going around and just getting the lux. That's the strength, the luminous flow of the light. Yeah, that's your lux. Alright, let's get our lux test on this middle highlight. I got it dimmed down to 200 there, as you can see, 200 watts. And this thing is reading, this lux is reading 48,000 lux there. Okay, let's go see how we deviate from the center. We're still at 4,800. We're still at 4,800. Oh no, we went down to 46. Just a little bit. And then where our centers there. 42. Let's go on the side. 3,000. So yeah, you can definitely tell that these lux, well, this one's stronger, but it's definitely hot. So you definitely have to have your inline fan cooling that cool tube. Most definitely, but that's more power. These things need power. That's what I say. If you need to grow a dispensary, you need these guys. And that's our outers. You know. And you know, with it being 200, it's back for its 2x2, and you know that thing's going up to 45. Alright, that's the middle highlight. Alright, the Panvillo 100 watt spectrum is 31 Kelvin. That's the Panvillo 100 watt spectrum. Well, there's a Kelvin color. It's going from about that, and sometimes it says 34. And yep, that's your Kelvin color of the Mars. All right there. All right, let's check out our extreme blue on this metal highlight here. Let's see what our Kelvin is. Our Kelvin is saying 6,800. Oh yeah, that's pretty blue there on the bluer side. Well, I turned it up to 600. This ain't part of the test. I just want to show you guys. I turned it up to the 600 super lumen one. So let's go see what the test is now. Now it's reading. The lux really ain't changed up to 794, but let's see what it. I mean, not the lux, the pars there. I'm on pars, guys. Sorry. Yeah, see, up in the 800s. 800 par. So you're definitely 765 there. 771. But see how I turned it up a little bit and it's up in the 600s. That's the thing. You turn these up, they can just do a bigger area. Sorry about that. Actually, that one's in the 500s now. We go to our corner here. Hopefully you guys can see that. I don't know if you guys can see that there. So yeah, we're definitely, we ain't dropping too much. Oh, but that's hot though. You wouldn't want your plants this close. You have to, that's why I say these things grow warehouses. Definitely have to have a vented. But yeah, you definitely blew me some flowers with this light, man. But yeah, you're at 590s. Six something here. So I mean, yeah, you're still real good. But yeah, that's a par on the 600. All right, let's check out our lux. Set at the super lumen level on here. Okay, let's see. There we go. We're at 49,000. Still set at 49. So yeah, you know this light definitely has some luminous lux power. Because this thing ain't even dropping. Oh, there you go, it dropped a little bit. Go to out of here, I'll just come back here. And, you know, with 30,000s. So yeah, you definitely back this light up a little bit from your crops being that hot. So yeah, I guess that's what good these phone readers are for. Sorry guys, it's bright as hell in here. Trying to do this last little test. Yeah, I'm pretty much done. This thing's hot, but yeah, man, you're cooking at almost 50,000 lumens in the middle. Our lux. So okay, pretty much what I came up to when I tested all three of them lights. We'll talk about all three of them, the pros and the benefits. Definitely the pros of the LEDs over the HPSs are their ability to not use that much power, fraction of the power of what the metal halide was using. But then the downfall in the LEDs is they don't produce that much pars or that much lumen or lux compared to the metal halide. So if you're going to use a big warehouse or need a big warehouse like a grow warehouse, you're going to need some HPSs and some LEDs to make the dual spectrum to cover your whole area, because the warehouse is big and you don't really have time to be putting all LEDs to cover the area. Now let's talk about the two LEDs. The two LEDs, well, are pretty much the same. The Mars uses more watts. The Mars uses more watts and double the amount of amps. But then if you notice on the par reading, they're pretty much the same on the par and the Lux. It's just the thing is, the Panvillo's a lot cheaper with the discounted code than the Mars. So you might as well spend money on the Panvillo because it looks like it's more efficient. And if it's more efficient energy-wise, the diodes must be more efficient. So the Mars is less efficient. But the color spectrum of the Mars is more of a full spectrum with the 34K, but I don't have the actual wave to show. But then the Panvillo has a 31K, and that one, you know, that's a little more on the redder side. So it looks like the Mars, like I was saying, has a more wider color to it when I was hooking both them up and just looking at it with the naked eye. Now, the blue light has way super blues in it. So that's really getting more towards natural light. And so now, if you want to compare the HPSs to the LEDs, just overall, that's why I call them HPSs, metal highlights, pretty much over-reliable, because you throw them up, they're going to grow, but they need to be vented. That's the downfall with them. Them need to be vented. Well, hopefully that helps everybody out, and thank you for watching the long video, and subscribe if you like, and I'm going to try to do some more of these tests.